Good morning, students. Today we learn in biology, chapter 3, human reproduction. Human is a marvelous, highly developed organism in the evolution. Human is under the mammals category. The animals are categorized into non-chordate and chordate. Chordate is categorized into protochordata and vertebrata. In vertebrate, the fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Mammals again categorized into non-primates and primates. Non-primates means cat, cow, and tiger, deer like organisms are non-primates. Primates means monkey, apes, human are under the primates. Normally in the first lesson, reproduction in organism lesson, we know humans are the organism which following menstrual cycle as a reproductive cycle. Okay, then human is following a sexual reproduction. It's actually a viviparous organisms lay young ones. The oviparous means lay eggs, and the viviparous means lay young ones. Humans are viviparous organism and mainly sexually reproducing organism. Normally higher organisms are normally follows sexual reproduction. Okay. In this lesson, human reproduction lesson, we deals various topics. That is male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. Male reproductive system, the female reproductive system, gametogenesis, menstrual cycle, fertilization and implantation, pregnancy and embryonic development, and lactation, parturition. So various topics are deals. First topic is male reproductive system. In this topic we deal the male reproductive organs, what are all the internal male reproductive organs and the external genital organs, and the female reproductive organs and gametogenesis. In gametogenesis, how the gametes are formed, the formation of gametes, that is gametogenesis, and the menstrual cycle, and the fertilization and implantation, and pregnancy and the embryo development, and the parturition and the lactation. Okay. Normally, as you are aware, the humans are sexually reproducing organisms. You know the sexual reproduction, the two individuals are involved and produce male and female gametes, and after production the male and female gametes are fused to form a zygote, and zygote develop into embryo. This is basic events in sexual reproduction. Or viviparous. Viviparous, you know, the organisms lay young one is known as viviparous. The organisms lay egg is known as oviparous. Okay, human reproductive events. Various events are included in the human reproductive system, and first event is gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is nothing but the formation of gametes. The male gametes are formed in the testis and the female gametes are formed in the ovary. The process of production of gametes or formation of gametes is known as gametogenesis. And the gametes formed gamete, it's entered into the female genital area, that is insemination. The transfer of male gamete into the female gamete area, that is known as insemination. Normally in sexual reproduction in flowering plants, the process is known as pollination. The gamete transfer, here gamete transfer is known as insemination. And after insemination, the fusion of male and female gamete, that is fertilization. And after fertilization, the zygote is developed and is embryo. The embryo is developmental stage is nothing but blastocyst is attached to the uterine wall. The process is implantation. And the embryonic development is gestation. Gestation means the development of embryo. In human beings, normally gestation period is 9 months. After 9 months, the due to parturition process, the delivery process, the young one is delivered. Okay, in this topic, the gametogenesis and the insemination, fertilization and implantation, gestation and the parturition, the various topics are involved. Okay, then the during puberty, already you are learned in 10th standard. During puberty, during reproductive phase, the remarkable differences between the male and the female organism. In male, the sperm formation continues even in old man, but in ovum, the formation is ceases until around 50 years. The important topics are gametogenesis and then insemination and then fertilization and implantation and the gestation and the parturition. Then first we explain the male reproductive system. Normally, the male reproductive system consists of is actually present and located in the pelvis region. Pelvis region is nothing but just lower abdomen region. Okay, the male reproductive system like a testis and other organs are present in the pelvis region of a male. It includes a pair of testes. Testis means TES. TES is actually a plural. Singular means TES. TIS. Okay, this is singular. First, the main male reproductive gland, testis, and then accessory duct. Accessory duct means duct is nothing but tubes, and glands also present. And glands means like Cowper's gland, prostate gland, seminal vesicle glands are present, and external genitalia. External genitalia means external organs. So actually, testis and accessory ducts and the glands are internal inside our body, and some organs are external in our body, that is external genitalia organs. It's also important for the production of gametes as well as delivery of gametes to the female genital area. Then we deal one by one. Okay. Normally, I told that two cells are present, that is Sertoli cells and the Leydig cells. Actually, spermatogonium is developed into sperm, and outside the seminiferous tubules, or in between the seminiferous tubules compartment, the space are present. The space is nothing but interstitial space. In the interstitial space, some cells are present, that is only Leydig cells or Leydig cells. And Sertoli cells present inside the seminiferous tubules, and the Leydig cells outside the seminiferous tubules. And Leydig cells produce some hormones, that is nothing but the male sex hormone testosterone or androgen. And inside the seminiferous tubules are serotonin cells are present, which is provide a nutrition to the developing sperm. Okay, and androgen also present, and the immunological some immune power developing substance also produced by the Leydig cells. Two cells are present generally, and inside the seminiferous tubules serotonin cells are present. Serotonin cells provide nutrition to the developing sperm. The sperm is developed from spermatogonia, and outside the seminiferous tubules is Leydig cells. The Leydig cells it's providing or producing male sex hormone androgen and the testosterone, and some immunological substance also produced. Okay, serotonin cells provide nutrition and the Leydig cells produce hormones, and spermatogonia develop into sperm. Okay, then male accessory duct. Accessory duct is nothing but the tubes which the sperms are traveled. First, the seminiferous tubules. After seminiferous tubules, the sperm enter into the rete testis. After production of sperm, the rete testis and the vas efferentia and the epididymis and the vas deferens. So first, normally after puberty only the male producing the sperm around over 15 to 20 years. So after puberty only the sperm are produced inside the seminiferous tubules. Then the produced sperm is traveled into this rete testis first. Then they traveled into the vas efferentia and enter into the epididymis and enter into the vas deferens. This is actually a tubes which carries this one. Normally we known as in 10th standard vas deferens. Here each segment is different name. First segment of the vas deferens maybe the tube which carrying the sperm. First the segment is rete testis, and the second one is vas efferentia, and the third one is epididymis, and the fourth one is vas deferens. And seminiferous tubules are opened to the vas efferentia and epididymis and the vas deferens, and enter into the penis region for the delivery of the next the female reproductive tract. Okay, then the vas deferens lastly ascending to the abdomen region and loops over the urinary bladder. Listen the diagram. The first the testis, and the next to the testis, and the tubes are they slowly they move through the and the tubes. This listen the diagram. Vas deferens the tube, and after the vas deferens is enter into the and the ejaculatory tract, and the seminal vesicle and other gland secretion also added into the sperm, and is known as semen is delivered into the through the urethra to the external. In male, the gamete as well as in the urine is delivered or traveled through the single pathway. So, the male reproductive system, otherwise known as urinogenital system. Urinogenital system means nothing but in urine as well as sperm is traveled through the single pathway, not in two pathway. Okay. And here the drawing of another tubes are clearly view. The first listen inside the testis, the expanded view of testis are present. In the testis, testicular lobules are present. After the testicular lobules, the rete testis and vas efferentia and then epididymis and the vas deferens. They are actually these are all tubes which carries the sperm. Then normal tubes is we're giving a different name. And lastly, through the penis, through the urethra, the sperms are delivered into the female genital tract. The process is insemination. And lastly, the urinary urethra and then open into the urethral meatus. Urethral meatus is nothing but the last part of the penis, which the sperm as well as urine is move outside to the body. Okay. The first, the generally the structure of a male reproductive system and some parts of the male reproductive system. In this topic only we explain only male reproductive system, not the production of gametes. Next process only the male gamete production. We'll listen the diagram. It's actually the cross section of the seminiferous tubules. Each chamber, inside the chamber the spermatogonium are present. Listen the diagram. The last cell, the round like cells, is known as spermatogonium. Spermatogonia only is actually a spermatogonia is plural, spermatogonium is singular. Spermatogonia only develop into sperm, and spermatozoon is nothing but sperm only, the developed sperm. The spermatogonium, and then primary spermatocytes, secondary spermatocytes, and then spermatid, and then spermatozoa. So that is nothing but the developmental stages of sperm. Each stage is a different name. And interstitial cells, that is in the pink color, the space, that is nothing but interstitial space cells. And the interstitial space, inside the space the interstitial cells is nothing but the interstitial cells is nothing but Leydig cells. Leydig cells which produce hormones as well as some immunological substance. Okay. Spermatogonium, in middle of the spermatogonium some Sertoli cells also present. The Sertoli cells are providing nutrition to the actually the diagram explain the structure of seminiferous tubules. The Sertoli cells also present. Then this is actually internal structure of testis. And the penis is a male external genitalia. It is made up of special type of tissues. Is the erection of penis to facilitate insemination. The enlarged end of the penis, is glans penis, is covered with foreskin. These are actually main important structures in the male reproductive system. And accessory gland also present. Accessory glands means the some glands are useful for the development of sperm. That is paired seminal vesicle. Two seminal vesicles are present. A prostate, only one prostate, and the two bulbourethral glands also present. These glands secrete some fluids which is known as seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, the carbohydrate, calcium, and certain enzymes. These glands are useful for the production of seminal plasma. The seminal plasma are useful for the providing nutrition as well as easy lubrication to the penis and give fluidity and give nutrition to the sperm movement. Okay, the lubrication of the penis as well as provide nutrition to the developing sperm. Now we deal the structure of male reproductive system. Normally, listen the diagram. The testes are located in the outside the abdominal cavity from the below. Listen the diagram. Testis is actually here in singular. Normally a pair of testes are present. A testis is covered by a scrotum. Scrotum is nothing but a sac or bag-like structures which covers the testis, which give protection as well as provide low temperature as compared to the body temperature. And the foreskin, the skin covers the penis and the glans penis. And then urethra is nothing but the tube which delivers the urine to the outside, and the penis is the reproductive organ in male, the external genital organ, and the prostate gland are present. It is actually secretes some fluid, and the vast difference is nothing but the tube which carries the sperm. And then urinary bladder is not in the reproductive system but in the urinary system, that is excretory system. It stores the urine. And the seminal vesicle also secretes some fluid. This is important for the sperm movement as well as provide nutrition to the sperm. And the ureters which carries the urine from the kidney to urinary bladder. And the ejaculatory duct is a duct tube which delivers the sperm into the urethra. And the rectum is actually a large intestine, and the anus also the last part of the large intestine. Okay, this is a diagrammatic sectional view of a male pelvis region. Pelvis region means in the lower abdomen region in the male. Normally testes are situated outside the abdominal cavity because the testes need a low temperature as compared to the body temperature. Low temperature means 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than the normal body temperature. Normally, human being body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, but testis need low low as compared to the 37 means 2 to 2.5 minus not around 35. So testis need around 35 degrees Celsius for the production of sperm. Then only the testis is normally producing the sperm. So only the testes are located outside the abdominal cavity. Suppose the testes are present inside the abdominal cavity, means the testis temperature is 37. In 37 degrees Celsius, testis is not producing the sperm. So only the testis located outside the abdominal cavity in the scrotum pouch, which is important for the production of sperm, that is male gamete. Okay, 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than the body temperature. 2 to 2 to 2.5 means is around 35 degrees Celsius is present in the testis. So testis need around 35 degrees Celsius for the production of sperm. In adult, the process of production of sperm is normally that is spermatogenesis. Normally the gamete formation is gametogenesis. Here the formation of sperm is known as spermatogenesis. Formation of female gamete is known as oogenesis. Here the formation of sperm, that is known as spermatogenesis. In adult, normally testis size 4 to 5 centimeters in length and 2 to 3 centimeters in width, and the normal adult testis diameter. And the testis is covered by a dense covering, the layer which covers the testis which protect the testis. Each testis is normally contain 250 compartments of testicular lobules. In the next diagram we explain the testicular lobules. And the testicular lobules is nothing but inside the testis that variety of compartments are present, variety of divisions or variety of chambers are present. Each chamber and the compartment is known as testicular tubules. In testicular tubules also seminiferous tubules are present. Testicular lobules, seminiferous tubules are present. Is testicular lobule is nothing but inside the testis, the compartment the part of the testis. In testicular lobules only the sperm are produced from the spermatogonium. Okay. Normally, testis which in adult at 4 to 5 centimeters in width and length and 2 to 3 centimeters in length. Each lobules contain more than one highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Normally, testis inside the testis 250 compartment of testicular lobules, and inside the lobule seminiferous tubules are present. It's nothing but the tubes, the part which produce the sperm. Okay, so I ask some questions. How many testicular lobules are present in human testis? 500. Each testis only 250 compartments of testicular lobules. So normally human contain two testis. So 250 into 2. So 500 testicular lobules are present. Okay. In each testis 250 compartments. And each seminiferous tubules sperms are produced inside the seminiferous tubules. So normally two cells are present in the seminiferous tubules. Normally testis contain testicular lobules. Inside the testicular lobules seminiferous tubules are present. In seminiferous tubules contain two types of cells. The one cell is male germ cells are Leydig cells. The another cell is Sertoli cells. Two cells are present. The one cell is Leydig cells. The another cell is Sertoli cells. Leydig cells is nothing but spermatogonium or male germ cells. The spermatogonium only slowly develop into sperms, spermatozoon. And the Sertoli cells is nothing but that is providing nutrition to the developing sperm. So two cells are present. One is Leydig cells, one is Sertoli cells. Leydig cells otherwise known as spermatogonia, and the Sertoli cells which provide nutrition. So normally Leydig cells, the male germ cells, the spermatogonium and the Sertoli cells, male germ cells undergo meiotic division and forms the spermatozoon. Leydig cells only that develop into sperm. Actually, Leydig cell is a structure which after meiotic division, meiotic divisions in 11th standard, the meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, prophase 1, prophase 2, and prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. In prophase 1 also, lipotin, zygotin, pacatin, diplotin, and diakinesis. Okay, so various events in the meiosis also already you have learned in the 11th standard. So in meiosis division, after meiosis division, the Leydig cells are developed into sperm, and the Sertoli cells provide nutrition. So two cells are present, Leydig cells and the Sertoli cells. The region outside the seminiferous tubules are and is known as interstitial cells. The interstitial cells is nothing but that is Leydig cells. The Leydig cells only synthesize secrete a testicular hormone and the androgen.